Once upon a time, science fiction was just that fiction. Flying cars, robotic assistants, cities that run on artificial intelligence, all things of the far off future. Or are they? What if I told you this future is being built brick by advanced brick? What if in near future you could live in a city so advanced that it would make your current life feel like an ancient history? A city where luxury is not just a privilege but a given. Welcome to NEOM, a city so futuristic that it's writing the very concept of future. Never heard of NEOM? No worries, you are about to hear plenty today. It's a Saudi project. But this isn't just like some typical software engineering project with scrum meetings and short sprints. NEOM is on a whole new level, a mega city being built to redefine what the future of living looks like. But before I take you on the imaginative flight to the deserts of Saudi Arabia, let me step into my role as your official guide. So here's the professional side of things. If you look at the etymology of NEOM, the first three letters NEO come from the ancient Greek prefix meaning new, and the fourth letter M is the abbreviation of Mustaqbil, an Arabic word that means future in English. And for a little royal touch, M also represents Mohammed bin Salman, the Saudi prince and the visionary architect behind this project. More appropriately, NEOM indicates a new future that is never seen before. Do you want to catch a glimpse of what the future looks like? Yeah, me too. Let's take a sneak peek into the state-of-the-art futuristic city. Stunning, right? But don't blink just yet. There's so much more ahead. Let's start by figuring out exactly where NEOM is being built. If you look at the map of Saudi Arabia, you will spot the Red Sea sparkling along the coast. Look closer. Up in the northwest, you will find the province of Tabuk. That's where NEOM is being built. Now you might be wondering, why build it there? Wouldn't a more central spot make sense? Well, actually, they couldn't have chosen a better location. Firstly, the temperature of Tabuk is comparatively better than the rest of the areas, as it is quite near to the sea. But the real big deal is that this site lies close to the Gulf of Aqaba, meaning NEOM is strategically positioned near Egypt, Palestine and Jordan. This translates to perfect trade routes, endless opportunities. It's all part of the plan. Alright, so let's talk numbers. NEOM covers an area of more than 10,000 square miles. That's an incredible 26,500 square kilometers. It's a key part of Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 and its upcoming economic engine. You will be amazed to know that Saudi Arab had set an initial budget of a whopping $500 billion for NEOM, and still some estimates have put the projected bill at as much as $1.5 trillion. To put it into perspective, that's almost 5 times more than the current net worth of the richest person on earth. And talking about the first phase alone, it's expected to be completed by 2030, costing $319 billion. But from where the funding of this mega project coming? Well, NEOM is backed by Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, its sovereign wealth fund, and there's no shortage of local and international investors who wants a piece in this futuristic city. With that kind of funding and global interest, we can say that in terms of business, lifestyle and sustainability, NEOM is expected to be something the world has never seen before. In terms of geography, NEOM has multiple regions under its umbrella. Out of total 10 regions that make up the NEOM mega project, we will be discussing the most hyped one. So the first region, and probably the most hyped one, is the Line. By the way, the name might sound simple, but this isn't just any ordinary line. Why? It's not every day you hear about two massive, completely mirrored 500 meters tall skyscrapers stretching 170 kilometers across the desert, and the width a mere 34 kilometers, which will make its overall footprint quite smaller and smarter. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. This concept of linear city is not introduced for the first time. According to Business Insider, this idea dates back to the 19th and 20th centuries. Spanish and Swiss French architects in the past have proposed the same idea of a linear metropolis full of green spaces. So while the line is definitely ambitious, the concept is not entirely unheard of. That said, the people behind the line are aiming for something extraordinary. They are planning to house 9 million people in this sleek structure powered entirely by renewable energy and preserving 95% of the surrounding land with its smartest footprint. Oh, and did I mention the entire 170 kilometers will be climate controlled? So even if the concept isn't brand new, the execution will need to be something we haven't seen before. Now here's the part that will make you say, wait, what? The officials claim that this linear smart city will have no cars, no roads, and zero carbon emissions. Wait, seriously? No cars, no roads? Then what else is there? Hold your horses, no need to panic just yet. You see, the line isn't just about eliminating roads, it's about reimagining transportation. Instead of traditional roads, the city will have a high-speed rail that will take only 20 minutes to travel through its entire 170 kilometers. Residents will even have quick access to the everyday essentials within a 5-minute walk. So here, your problem of transportation gets resolved. In short, the line promises a world-class quality of life, offering everything from education and entertainment to mobility and technology, all neatly packed into one zero emissions package. Next, we have Oxagon, which was launched in 2021 by Prince Mohammed bin Salman, located right by the Red Sea and the Suez Canal, a passage through which 13% of the world's trade flows. Oxagon is planned to become the world's largest floating structure. Though Dubai and South Korea have also started working on this idea of floating structures, Oxagon takes things to a whole new level. Shaped like an octagon, this industrial city is being designed to lead the charge in advanced manufacturing and logistics. In a quick glance, with state-of-the-art ports and automated supply chain, Oxagon will revolutionize global trade as it sits at the center of 3 continents: Europe, Asia, and Africa. Next on the list is a region that's destined to become a dream come true for travel enthusiasts, the Trojena. Located 50 km from the Gulf of Aqaba coast, it rests in the heart of mountains, creating a unique blend of nature and luxury. While it's hot across most of the Saudi Arabia, Trojena sits at an elevation of 1500 meter to 2600 meter above the sea level, making its temperature refreshingly cooler than the rest of the country. That means Trojena will offer something most wouldn't expect in the Middle East: year-round skiing. Not into skiing? No worries. Trojena will also offer luxury wellness retreats and outdoor adventures for those seeking both thrill and tranquility. And here's the icing on the snowy cake. Saudi Arabia has already won the bid to host the 2029 Asian Winter Games in Trojena. A desert hosting Winter Games? Now that's something you don't see every day. Next on our journey, we arrive at Syala, a luxurious coastal destination spreading over 84,000 square meters. It will be the NEOM's first luxury island and yacht club destination. With its iconic beaches, world-class marinas, and exclusive resorts, Syala will attract the global elite and become the global yacht hub. Thanks to its idyllic temperature and perfect coastal location, Syala will offer tourists high-end experiences where unwinding is an art form and living in style is simply the way of life. Last but far from least is the region of Magna, a 406 square kilometer coastal beauty with 120 kilometers of stunning coastline. It is a place where natural beauty will meet rich cultural heritage. With ecotourism and historical exploration at its core, Magna offers a peaceful escape while promoting sustainable travel. It is set to elevate the kingdom status as a global leader in luxury tourism, all while preserving 95% of its land and wildlife. This was all about how Saudi Arabia is stepping forward to build a futuristic advanced city with multiple projects. It was all based on the glamorous side of the project, but there are some major challenges lurking behind this glamour. Environmental sustainability is a major concern, as the use of eco-friendly materials for its construction seem a distant dream. I mean, building eco-friendly sounds great on paper, but skyscrapers and infrastructure require materials that still emit tons of carbon during construction, so the zero carbon emission might just remain a claim with no success. Economic sustainability is another hurdle, with the need to attract investments and foster a thriving community. NEOM has a jaw-dropping budget of more than $1 trillion, and its funding relies heavily on oil, which makes up 60% of Saudi Arabia's economy. But with the world cutting off its oil dependency, that funding might be a bit shaky. And finally, the tech. NEOM developers are promising futuristic technologies, but how do you integrate the tech that hasn't even been invented? For example, take the high-speed transport system. Moving at 500 km per hour through mirrored skyscraper sounds cool, but making it work with safety? That's another story and still remains unanswered. It's time for Factssay Confidence Score. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed our tour of Saudi Arabia's ambitious NEOM project, where deserts are being transformed into advanced cities. The real question is, can Saudi Arabia turn this ambitious dream into reality? And even if NEOM becomes everything they promise, will people really want to live in its hyper-advanced line city? Only time will tell. But for now, we will keep watching as history unfolds. And don't forget to subscribe and be a part of the growing Factssay community. See you in the next episode.